Mama Tawa, an hardworking woman with 3 children, sat down in her lonely house with tears rolling down her eyes. Mama Tope came inside. Mama Tope has been a good friend to Mama Tawa. Their friendship started a long time ago. Mama Tope came in to see her friend looking all sad. She asked Mama Tawa, "Have you started again? Are you still there thinking about Baba Tawa? I've told you many times to let go of that man. After all, it was never for you," Mama Tope said. Mama Tawa raised up her head and said, "My friend, this is not all about Baba Tawa. I feel miserable as I'm not financially buoyant to take care of the kids alone since Baba Tawa left me." Baba Tawa was married to his wife Tawa years back. Their marriage was always envied amongst many. But reality dawned on Mama Tawa when her husband started to misbehave. He stopped taking care of the children and started to sleep out late. Mama Tawa's husband woke up one morning and said he was going to his place of work. When it was nightfall, Mama Tawa waited patiently for her husband just for him to come home and enjoy the meal she has prepared. She waited until morning. Her husband wasn't home. She reached out to Baba Tawa on phone, all to no avail. She called family members, informing them of not knowing Baba Tawa's whereabouts, and everyone kept saying they don't know where he was. Tawa waited for weeks, months, and now years. She didn't hear from her husband, and now she was left alone to take care of 3 kids on her own. Mama Tawa was jobless as at the time. This made life difficult for her to take care of 3 kids on her own. She went all about the streets begging for food and collecting food on credit. Her life changed. She turned into a beggar just to feed the children. Everything seems like a nightmare to her. One morning, Mama Tawa's uncle called that he had finally found out where her husband has been. He found out that her husband has gone to a nearby town to settle in with another woman. Mama Tawa cried when she was told. She felt betrayed. She had to move on knowing there was nothing she could do to change the whole situation. She immediately accepted reality. Life continued, and she took care of the children on her own. Mama Tawa said to her friend, "I need a job, even if it's just to cook street food. Look at you, my friend. I envy you. Look at how shining you are. Please help me, my friend," she begged. "All I need is something that will fetch me some money, that could make my children feed and also send them to school conveniently," she said. Mama Tope told her, "My dear, I have a place to take you to. Only if you agree to follow me. I am ready to assist you if you listen to me and cooperate." Mama Tawa replied, "Anywhere, my friend, as long as this will help my children and I to have a better life." Mama Tope took her friend to an herbalist. When they got to the herbalist, she started to explain to her friend. She said quietly, "My friend, I'm ready to support your street food business if only you do what I did. You know I sell street food too, and I'm very successful at what I do. That's why I've decided to show you the way." Mama Tawa nodded in excitement. She said, "Thank you, my friend. Thank you for always being there for me." They entered the herbalist's house, and Mama Tope told the herbalist, saying, "Baba, this is my friend. I want you to help her." Mama Tawa suddenly became scared, as she never expected what she was seeing. Her friend turned to her, saying, "You know, I sell street food. I do not only sell street food. I've gone to an extent to become successful in it. That is why I brought you here." Mama Tope revealed to her friend that she has a wound on her leg that never gets cured, and that is what she washes every morning in her food that makes customers attracted to her shop. Mama Tawa screamed in shock, covering her mouth with her both hands. The herbalist faced her and said, "As for you, you have to create a separate room in your house that no one enters. Inside that room, there will be a very big pot that I will give to you. And every night, you must go in there and eat up whatever you find in the pot." And after, you use the remaining to cook the food that will be sold to the community the next day. And boom, your wealth will multiply, the herbalist said. He also said, do not forget what I said about not allowing anyone enter the room aside from you. No one must see the pot aside from you. If not, the end result might be brutal. Mama Tawa nodded reluctantly. The herbalist handed her a big pot and told them they could leave, and that was all they needed. On their way, Mama Tawa begged her friend to loan her some money to start the business and also to change her apartment, as she was staying in one room with her children and that she needed an extra room to put her pot. Her friend told her that she would do anything to help her. She said, my friend, anything for you, okay? Mama Tawa got a new 2-bedroom apartment as planned, and she started her business fully. After successfully placing the pot in the room, she went there at midnight as instructed, and she saw a lot of worms inside the pot. She almost screamed. She thought to herself, am I supposed to eat this? Mama Tawa had no choice. She ate all the worms with squeezed face, leaving the ones to be used to cook for the community the next day. She continued in that manner just as instructed by the herbalist. Wealth came. People started to eat her food. Everyone loved her. She became one in town. Hungry customers lined up in her shop even before she arrived. Women no longer cook for their husbands at home anymore. All they ate and loved to eat was Mama Tawa's food. Meanwhile, as people continued to eat and enjoy Mama Tawa's food, a plague called Morning View invaded the community. The sickness begins with a strange cold. A faint grey mark appears around the eyes like a shadowy bruise. The voice becomes strong and the victim weeps uncontrollably. Fever rises suddenly and hallucination begins. The skin grows clammy and pale and breathing becomes very difficult. Death comes quickly, usually at dawn, leaving the body cold and rigid. This continued for a long time as the number of deaths recorded were becoming alarming in the community. One day, Iyatawa's mother came visiting. She noticed that her daughter's status had changed. She now lives in a well-comfortable house, drives a car, and could successfully send her kids to school on her own. They all had a beautiful dinner together with the kids that night. When it was time to go to bed, Mama Tawa informed her mother that they were all going to sleep together in the same room. Mama Tawa's mother asked what the second room was actually for and why she couldn't sleep in there. But Mama Tawa shunned her mother, not wanting to give her a response. Mama Tawa's oldest son had always wanted to know what was actually in that room that no one was allowed to enter. He began to get curious. After their grandmother visited, and yet his mother didn't allow her to sleep inside the room. The deaths in the community grew worse. Children and elders died as the plague grew more worse. Tawa started to get confused. Could it be my food? But the herbalist never informed me that such was ever going to happen, she said to herself. Iyatokwe, Mama Tawa's friend, suddenly began to lose customers as more people were driven to Mama Tawa's shop. Not too long, envy and rivalry started between two friends.